Hey, what up, Long Beach? Welcome back to the 562.org. It's Eli.
And Tyler, and this high school football highlight is brought to you by the fine folks at Naples Rib Company, and all of our Lakewood coverage is sponsored by JP Crawford, class of 2013. Thanks to all of our sponsors.
And Tyler, we were out at the Wood for some Lakewood football on Friday night. A whole lot of red in those color rush unis for the Lancers. Lakewood looking to bounce back from a tough loss in their opener at Carlsbad. They have a familiar foe on the other side standing in front of them. St. Anthony in their opener of a tough schedule on the other hand, looking to avenge their loss to the Lancers a year ago. Now, there's a lot of familiarity between these two, lots of smiles all around, and the Saints would get the ball first. And check this play out. Quarterback Aiden Jones airs it out, and it's picked. Taiwan Jones with the INT, however, receiver Andreas Mendoza stays with it, and it's a fumble.
Yeah, the double takeaway, rare to see, but a way to stay in it for Mendoza, who Jones went to later in the drive in a blur, the camera might say. That's a 36-yard gain for Mendoza, kicking off a big gain for him as the Saints are marching.
I suppose you could say blur, and then Jones rolls right, throws left, and finds open Evan Martinez in the back of the end zone for the score. 7-0 St. Anthony early after a 6-minute, 8-play opening drive.
A picture-perfect start for the road team, but the Lancers would strike right back on the ensuing kickoff. Taiwan Jones, there goes that man again. He was electric. Every time he touched the rock, he held onto it. Didn't quite get to the end zone, but Lakewood gets great field position. Then quarterback Cade Casillas going to hit Kenny Niamalavatu for the senior connection on the left side.
Then Casillas shows the arm, shows the legs, and then jogs his way into the end zone, back to the pylon. Lakewood just kind of essentially replies in the exact same way, except it's a 40-second drive, and we're tied up 7-7. And after forcing a punt on their ensuing defensive drive, they would get right back to work. Casillas buys times with his legs, and there's a Tayshawn Dunn down there somewhere, skinny, with a hell of a catch for the touchdown. Casillas, on the other hand, started 2 for 2 through the air with a touchdown, 1 rush for a touchdown. You couldn't have scripted it any better for Lakewood. It's 13-7.
Dun, 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 dun. Then back on defense for Lakewood, firing on all cylinders. Jones throws to the middle of the field. It's a tip drill. Gregory Gibson comes down with it to give the Lancers great field position once again for that offense. However, Lakewood would stall from there. Credit to St. Anthony defense, Ruben Garcia with a hell of a tackle coming in and blowing that play up.
And then dare I mention Jeremiah Toffee all over the field for the Saints. Just hard to miss him with the energy that he brings out there. The Saints defense found themselves backed up, but a great play by Toffee with the tackle for loss. Lakewood would end up turning the ball over on downs at the 1-yard line, but that's safety territory, Tyler. Back there, and the Lancers would capitalize. Caleb Verduzco and Gibson in on the tackle for loss for the safety.
Yeah, it ain't safe, except it kind of was. And it looked like Lakewood would capitalize after the kickoff. Casillas going to hit Niamalavatu, who's all alone and takes it down to the 1-yard line, just short of that end zone. But you kind of figure that Lakewood's just going to punch it in, right?
Yeah.
However,
you go for the tush push, which is the right call in my opinion, but the ball is on the ground, it's loose, and pounced on by Sammy Spencer. That's just a great way to end the half as they defend the end zone as the two teams head into the break. Lakewood leading 15-7.
Yeah, Spencer found a gift there, but coming out of the half, straight down the field, there goes that man again, Taiwan Jones. He took the opening kickoff the full distance to open the second half. Check that touchdown. The tag says made in Taiwan. 21-7 Lakewood after he takes it to the crib.
And Lakewood kept the ball rolling the next time they touched it. Casillas then finds his reliable target, Niamalavatu, helmet off on a big hit, but he jumps up as he's okay. Casillas then buying time. He backpedals. He tends to do this before launching this one downfield, and Kaibo Canyo works his way back to the football to set up first and goal at the 4-yard line. Things just kind of clinging for this offense, and then Easy does it. Jordan Montgomery goes into the flats, into the end zone, and into your living room for the score. Lakewood with a comfortable lead now, 28-7.
Yeah, they've got some breathing room at this point, but St. Anthony not going to give up, just grinding things out on offense, and good things happened when they targeted Mendoza as he makes the catch along the sidelines. A nice security blanket for his quarterback Jones all night, and then while looking to score, Jones trying to go to Mendoza again, but insert Gregory Gibson with the big hit. That's a boom, Eli, to knock that ball away and deny the score.
Yeah, 5 big booms there. However, just a couple of miscues for Lakewood to clean up, like flags and ball security here. Casillas puts this on the ground, and Lucas Duran pounces on it in the end zone. Every defensive line's dream as you see them celebrating the defensive score. 28-14 now with Lakewood leading, and the Lancers had a couple of defensive plays left up their sleeve as well. Sammy Gomez and Jones each had second half picks, This one into the hands of Jones for his second of the night, 2 interceptions and a kickoff return for the senior. Not bad, as he lets you know he really does this. He really does this on the daily.
I've seen his resume. He does all of those things. Yeah, it's true. Casillas then drops back and hits Darius Miller in stride. It's Miller time as he's going to streak up the field for a 49-yard pickup. He had 2 catches for 83 yards, did the big play Miller. Casillas then finds good, reliable Kenny Niamalavatu up the middle on the screen and in for 6. Gotta love the sportsmanship here after the play. Just a lot of love between these teams. I wouldn't want Jeremiah Taufi mad at me either, so I get it.
Niamalavatu finished his evening with 6 catches, 116 yards, as Lakewood wins it 35-14. A big win for first-year Lakewood coach Mario Morales against his former team. His Lancers will be at Edison next week, while St. Anthony will be at Torrance. And for more high school football coverage, you are already in the right spot, the562.org.